I am making this video because when David Crowley, I believe David Crowley was murdered, but when he died in, I believe it was 2014, around there, uh, that was suspicious. I believe he's from Minnesota, and we just saw an ICE agent, government agent, murder someone in the streets. Apparently, allegedly. That's what they're telling us. That's the story. Anyway, so I looked up David Crowley and Gray State, what he was warning us of, and maybe some of his background. So, David Crowley was an Iraq war veteran. So was my uncle. Um, he was at January 6th, and he said he saw, you know, I would say military tech and undercovers for sure. He did not go in the building, but he strange to me, um, overdosed on fentanyl shortly thereafter. But David Crowley was an Iraq war veteran. Oh, by the way, my uncle also told me that they murdered innocent people in Iraq before he died. David Crowley was an Iraq war veteran and aspiring filmmaker who gained internet fame for his unfinished dystopian project, Gray State. David Crowley's warning. Crowley's project served as a warning of a near-future totalitarian collapse of American society under martial law. His vision featured government tyranny, a world where corporate war machine crushes all civil liberties and federal forces execute dissidents in the streets. It doesn't sound like David was too far off. Surveillance and control, imagery of the citizens being branded like cattle, and the end of personal privacy. Yeah, I think we're past that point. The reality of conspiracy. Crowley famously stated, conspiracy theory is that at some point it's no longer a theory. Yeah, again, I think we're past that point. David Crowley's background, military service. He served 5 years in the U.S. Army as an indirect fire infantryman, including combat tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. He returned from service deeply disaffected and distrustful of government morality. Sounds about right to me. Filmmaker and entrepreneur. And, my experience is in corporate, not in war. But I don't believe there's any difference between the corporations and the government. And it probably goes double for military and government and corporations. Filmmaker and entrepreneur. After the military, he attended film school and founded Hothead Productions. He also co-founded the Bullet Exchange, a company that provided authentic military equipment and consultation to the Midwest film industry. Independent journalist. Between 2012 and 2013, he worked as an alternative media journalist covering events like the Bilderberg Conference and Republican National Convention. In January 2015, Crowley, his wife, and their daughter were found dead in their Apple Valley, Minnesota home. Authorities ruled it a murder-suicide committed by Crowley, though his death sparked numerous government-related conspiracy theories among his followers. Yeah, well, I'm not one of David Crowley's followers. I was interested in his work. I think that he was probably speaking on what's going on, and it very much seems like he freaking nailed it.